Many of the monks, they have such a long path because they disown a part of themselves. And the path becomes so much longer. When we sublime and resist parts of us, we resist parts of the arousal, that arousal remains in a capsule. And some of the guys, they tell me, look, I came, I sublimed an hour and a half, I meditated for an hour, now I feel tired and I still feel kind of strangely horny. If that happens, it means the arousal is not integrated, is not embraced. It is seen to a degree as not me, and then it stays stuck in tamas mode, in inertia. And the solution is to embrace the erotic life inside. Before you start your sublimation, you allow first, contemplate your lingam, contemplate your arousal, do yoni asana, do ardha chandra asana, work a bit on svadhisthana. Allow yourself to be aroused as you are. You don't need to increase it, you don't need to decrease it. But a few minutes of just embracing the arousal and then subliming is far, far more efficient. And of course, those you have a lover, you make love, and then the energy is of course very embraced, and when you sublime, it's very intense. The second category is the sublimation with breaks of indulgence. There are guys that sublime, 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 and then masturbate and ejaculate, or make love and ejaculate, or just kind of the creative potential can also collapse into a screen addiction, a food addiction, a moodiness. Yeah, you've seen guys in menstruation. I've seen many. You feel good, you're going, and then you're menstruating for 3 days. Somebody should put you in bed and get you some tea and cookies to calm you down. Yeah, so also an emotional ejaculation, be it with anger, be it with sadness, be it with self-pity, be it with... It's still the creative potential is leaking out. Fear, anxiety, worry, stress, all these things, they create a kind of leaking out of the creative potential. And so we sublime, but the container is broken. Yeah, we're driving, but there's a hole in the gas tank, so the driving is not the same. Yeah, we need to remember that today's unconscious mechanical pleasure is tomorrow's compulsive behavior, is tomorrow's sadness and weakness and lack of masculine power and purpose. Anything that is done for pleasure as a painkiller, for pleasure per se, without a heartful purpose. You know, if you really enjoy a movie with your heart and the pleasure is integrated in that way, absolutely no indulgence. But if the motivation to see a movie is to numb ourselves and to decrease the level of consciousness, that is an indulgence. That is a form of ejaculation. Yeah? You can do the same thing. You can go shopping if it relaxes you. You can go to a restaurant if it relaxes you, but it should feed the heart in the process, not to have empty pleasure. Yeah? When we subordinate and just have involuntary empty pleasure, this is the beginning of weakness and of sadness. The solution here, and of course for ejaculations as the crowning of the loss of creative potential, we need to grow in the intensity of the practice to understand the meaning of this, the aspiration, until we gather enough strength to overcome the weakness step by step. What you saw now is an extract from a wide course of teaching men the Tantric way of lovemaking, the Tantric path of love. It's called amorous erotic continence. We have about 50 courses with different titles. And if you're interested, if that's something you want to know more of, you're welcome to send us an email and connect with us in this way.